Hello, viewers. This is Paladin of Odin, and this is some more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary series, and it looks like we've got Zombies versus Bant Aggro. Zombies just fired off a Grasp of Darkness to kill off a Sylvan Advocate, which leaves Bant wide open for most likely 3 damage, because there's no real reason to hold back the Crypt Breaker here. He doesn't have the second mana to make another zombie token, he doesn't have 3 zombies. So 3 damage goes in, Bant is down to 17, and no plays on turn 3. I have to say, that does not bode well for Bant Aggro, especially against a deck like Zombies. Okay, read the bones from Zombies. You know, that basically, you not playing anything gave him the chance to play that, but in a turn of events, the reason he didn't play anything was because he had a plan. Spell Queller. You know, it's one of those things that you have to get used to now. Spell Queller is an essential part of Bant Aggro now, because it is a ridiculously good card. And basically right there, by basically feinting to the left that, oh, I don't have anything to play, you know, he basically just stole a turn from him, in essence, because Read the Bones did nothing. He didn't attack with his zombies. And again, no plays from Bant, but now Zombies is probably going to be a little more wary of what he does here. Okay, Prized Amalgam. No response. But then again, Prized Amalgam honestly isn't really that great of a card unless it's already in your graveyard, because once it's in play, big deal, it's a 3/3. You know, the whole point of Prized Amalgam being so popular is the fact that he comes back from the graveyard all the time. And there are so many engines to get him back. So now Bant is in a little bit of a spot. You know, he could really use something like a Collected Company right now. Or Gisela. Alright, she evens the battlefield up pretty well. You know, too bad she doesn't have haste. Otherwise, that would be quite, you know, she's already a badass card. She would be freaking broken with haste. She'd be like a baby, a Chroma at that point. But, you know, a 4/3 flying first strike lifelink, she can handle any zombie that comes over here. So most likely, unless he can directly kill her, he's not going to be attacking in here. And only 2 cards in hand, you know, options are limited. But, you know, if he can manage it, he does have 3 zombies, so he could draw an extra card, most likely at the end of Bant's turn. And no plays, no attacks. You know, when you're down to 2 cards, you know, sometimes you just don't have anything you can do. What just happened? Oh, Elder Deep Fiend. He's emerging Elder Deep Fiend by sacrificing the Prized Amalgam, which, you know, is a perfect combination. You know, big deal. You lose your Prized Amalgam, which is basically just a 3/3. But he'll come back as soon as you play something from your graveyard, which we know he can do. And more importantly, he did this during the upkeep phase, so now he's tapping 4 lands and forcing Bant to do whatever he can right here, right now. Otherwise, he's pretty much not going to do anything but combat this turn. But to be fair, even if he does nothing but combat, that's still 6 damage that the zombie deck can't stop. And then Gisela will gain him 4 on top of that. Ooh, alright, so Sanctum fetches up a Distended Mindbender. And firing off a Stasis Snare to get rid of the Eldrazi. Very good idea, because this way, you know, the only creatures he has available to sacrifice to the Distended Mindbender is a 1 casting cost and a 0 casting cost. But like I said, 6 damage. Zombies is down to 10. And then 4 life effectively makes the swing a 10 because he gains 4. But, typically, life gain really doesn't matter a whole lot. But now Zombies pretty much in the same spot that he was in. Okay, read the bones. At least this time he knows it's going to resolve. The only problem is that it's going to take him down to 8. 6 damage on the board. And we know that it's entirely possible that Bant has something in his hand to buff up his creatures. I mean, it'd be kind of out there, but it's possible he could have 2 Dramoka's commands in his hand, which would kill. 1 more Dramoka's command would make it 7 and take him down to 1, which would mean that he wouldn't be able to do anything with the Crypt Breaker other than make zombie tokens, which don't help him right now. So right now, honestly, Zombies has to have a kill card in his hand. Any kill card right now. Ooh, Reflector Mage, okay. That gets rid of the zombie token permanently, even though the zombie token really wasn't that important. In for 6 more flying. Any response? No. Zombies is down to 2. This is his last shot. He has to kill both of those flying creatures. Guaranteed, or he's dead. And Jace. It's game. Because he already played a land this turn. And he bounced Spell Queller, so Read the Bones is going to come back, and most likely he's just going to cast it for free and kill himself. So, unfortunately for Zombies, just not a very even tempo. It seemed like he had a pretty good start and then just could not get the cards he needed when he needed them. And that's the problem with going up against Bant is they have ridiculous synergy. Their mana curve is ridiculously smooth. It's very hard to see a Bant aggro deck run bad. It's just when it does, it's because the shuffler hates you. But let's go to game. Oh, never mind. No game 2. But it was. We're up to 8 minutes, so I'll still make this a full video. That's the thing. Zombies could fight Bant pretty evenly just because of the sheer volume of creatures that they have, and then those nice tricks like the Eldrazi, the Elder Deep Fiend. That is a really rough thing to have to deal with in any deck, but the main problem that you have when you're trying that in the upkeep of your opponent, which is a really good time to do it. It really screws them over. The problem with doing it against Bant Aggro is they have a lot of options to be able to use that mana that you're trying to deny them. You tap down 4 land, you want to tap down 4 lands, he can respond, tap down those 4 lands, and, do Collected Company. And effectively, you've effectively not really denied him anything, other than maybe a little strategy. But I've babbled on for long enough. That was Blue-Black Zombies versus Bant Aggro. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I'll see you in the next video.